Hi, it's Angie the Anti-Theist here, and today I would like to talk about Adam and Eve and original sin. There's two basic schools of thought within Christianity. One is that the Genesis account is, historical, and the other is that it's allegorical. I'm going to deal with the historical Adam and Eve myth today. I'm going to try to show that even if it's true, all it shows us is that God is an immoral bully. Adam and Eve did not know right from wrong. They hadn't yet eaten from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. They had no morality, good or evil. They just were. I think Adam and Eve would have been essentially children because they wouldn't have grown up. They wouldn't have social skills. They wouldn't have learned cooperation or negotiation or problem solving or critical thinking or decision making. They were infantile. They were not, they hadn't reached their age of accountability, if you will. Now, Eve ate a piece of fruit. And supposedly, that's where everything went wrong for all of humanity. That's the explanation for disease and death and pain in childbirth and for why we have to work so hard. It's all supposed to be because of the fall, which was started by Eve eating a piece of fruit. But Eve didn't know that eating the piece of fruit was wrong. And you might say, God told her not to do it. But that's not the same as knowing right from wrong. Here's an analogy for you. If I have a 2-year-old and a pistol, I'm not going to leave the pistol sitting on the coffee table and just tell my son, don't touch it. Because the consequences, the risk is too great. Now, if he did touch the gun and blow his head off, it wouldn't be because he was trying to be like an adult or trying to be godlike. It wouldn't be because he was rebelling necessarily. It wouldn't be because of anything. He could just be curious. He'd want to know what it was like. He's trying to learn something new, which is a good thing. But because the risk is so great, I, a loving parent, would never set my kid up for a trap the way God set up Adam and Eve. They didn't know better. They would have had no ability to know better. They didn't know right from wrong. They didn't know it was a sin until after they had done it. But they got punished as if they were. I mean, you go driving around town and your license is suspended, there's a different ticket for that, whether it's with knowledge or without. Because we accept in secular society that there's a difference between a knowing act and an unknown act, an intentional act and an unintended act. That's why we have the difference between manslaughter and murder. But not for God, all sins equal. Eating a piece of fruit while being unaware that doing so was a sin or was wrong or was evil or was bad should not have earned the punishment God supposedly gave. I'm going to do part 2, Adam and Eve, the allegorical figures, in a later story. Thank you.